Track it up, turn me to a superhero. Hit that pill, turn me to a superhero. Put my knife and turn me to a superhero.
How we all feeling? How we doing, Clutch Philadelphia? How we feeling? There you go, right? So, I appreciate y'all. Hope everyone's having a fantastic evening. Can we give a round of applause for all of us for being here this Saturday, right? It's fantastic. Don's done an amazing job, right? So, I'm going to get right into it just so that I give you guys the value. Because my mission today is just, if I can give you one or two things that you can take away and build your business and run with it, that's my mission, right? Because today is not about me. But for those I haven't had the pleasure to meet yet, my name is Brett Portelli. I have been running my business for 13 years. I started at a very young age, and in 2017, I had a corporate finance job that, as Kevin DeWong said yesterday, I donated to somebody else. So I've been a full-time entrepreneur since 2017 with MarketAmericaShop.com, right? So you can absolutely have the life that you want if you actually follow the system. So if you want to connect on Instagram, you're more than welcome to hit me up, just Brett Portelli. But I'm going to go through UFO and the mindset behind it. For those that work with me closely, the how-tos are very simple. It's the basic what? 5, right? There's 5 things that you have to do. You can learn that very easily, but how come so many of us get stuck? It's really the mentality. Right, so you talked about and heard about all this stuff around reading and development, personal, all that kind of stuff this weekend. You can take some pictures here, but I'm going to talk about UFO. But for those that don't know what it is the playbook. You can access it through your back office, and you can figure out what you have to do. It's 1,500 BV, 300 IBV, introduce one new partner a quarter, and have your trainings. If you want to take a screenshot, this is a little bit better way of taking it. Right, so this is the blueprint. JR and Lauren put this together for us. Like, this is the blueprint for success, right? So now I basically can just stop. I have 30 minutes to tell you that slide. That's it. That's UFO. Like, bro, I didn't need you to tell me that. Yeah, I know. Like, you can just do it yourself. But how come, like, we have 30 minutes to talk about this stuff? Because how do we actually do it? You want to show 8 plans. Write down in your notes. If you're taking notes, write down, I'm going to show 8 plans. Or if you want, what I prefer is book a home event for yourself. Easiest way to do it. Get people in your home, show the plan, and you can pretty much hit UFO, in my opinion, in less than a month. Right? It's not that difficult. So you can go through it. So I'm going to go into this. For fun, how many squares do we see on here? How many? Scream it out. 16, I heard. 17, 18, 22, 100 and something. Okay, all right. Real quick. The amount is 30. All right? Now, my point of showing you guys this is this. How come we all looked at the same exact screen, but everyone had different answers? Resources are always there. You have to know what you're looking for. Right? So that's why I'm going to focus on the mindset today. So, quick examination for yourself. Write this down. This is not, like I said, today's not about me. This is all about you. I want you to have a breakthrough for yourself. Here are the 5 things that we can focus on. First one is, what are the repeating patterns in my life? Because our thoughts, right, become things. So what are the repeating patterns so that I can identify the thought that's not serving me? Number 2, what are the repeat patterns that are serving me? Like I said, I don't have that answer, you do. Is this self-reflection for yourself? What's some self-talk that you can improve on or eliminate? Not, can't, try, maybe. I'll let you know, right? There's a couple of those, right? What negative emotions can we stop accepting? By the way, it is an acceptance. It's like the 45-year plan. If you didn't know what the 45-year plan was before seeing the business, like that was me, that's fine. But once you're made aware of it, now you're choosing it if you continue to go back. So your negative emotions, like what is that negative emotion we're going to work on, and be aware of what you joke about. A lot of times you say, oh, I'm just an introvert, I'm just an extrovert, I'm just crazy, you joke, but if you root yourself in that identity, it may not be serving you, right? So the 3 stages in our business, I have to go a little quickly, but I just want to give this to everyone in here because this is all around UFO. Because like I said on the first slide, it's 1500 BB, 300 IBB, and introduce one partner. We can all do that. The self stage, in talking, I'm going to talk about that. There's a growth stage, and then I'm going to talk about the team stage. Give you guys 10 seconds to write that down. It's the self stage, the growth stage, and then the team stage. So, the self stage, here's some signs. Everyone in here goes through this at any different point, right? So everyone here has a different internal clock. It's usually around I, me, mine. It's personal. It's usually how we all start. You kind of come into it where it's like, oh, I know Drayton. I used to say this all the time as a kid, like, I know Drayton. Like, yeah, but, like, you don't get my situation. You know, some of us have said that before, right? 100% control. This was one that I usually, struggled with, where it's like I had a lack of trust in other people's performance. I can do it better if I just do it. I mean, anyone ever say that to themselves? I'll just take care of it. You just take on everyone's like BS because you're like, you want to be in control, right? I can do it better, and it would be easier if I could just do what I need to do. Like, this is fine. This is in your self stage, but here's how we grow out of it. I'm not going to go through all this, but take a screenshot for later on tonight, tomorrow, when you go home, you can reflect on this, but just understand that you have to grow in our business. Is that a fair statement? We cannot be the same when we start to when you finish. Just because you click apply does not mean you're a business owner. You start the business once you apply yourself. Okay? What are our associations? You heard that up here before. I think there's like 14 or 15 people talking about associations. Who's empowering you and adding value genuinely to other people. So we're going to go into the growth stage. So once you identify, okay, we do need to grow, associations are everything. Can we agree with that? Who you surround yourself, you're the average of 5 people, right? So wouldn't it make sense to put yourself in a room where you're not the smartest person, or the most fit person, or the most ambitious person? I like to feel uncomfortable around other people that are better so I can become a little bit better. Honest audit of who you talk to. What is the majority of your conversations around? Is it around the business? When no one's looking, just be honest. Are you talking about the business, or are you talking about extracurriculars? Are you talking about your future? Are you talking about your goals? Or are you talking about, once again, extracurriculars? Are you talking about the barbecue that's coming up, or are you talking about your vision statement? Because it's easy when you're in this environment to get pumped up and fired up. I can very easily do that. But it's what sticks when no one's watching. And what you continuously talk about is going to become your reality. And here's the deal. A lot of people got on here and talked about their pain. When do most people change? When the pain is too much to bear and they finally change. When do most people get into shape? When the doctor tells them so. When something happens. When do most people get financially set? When the creditors start calling. When do most people get out of their traditional business and look at our business? You heard it up here all the time. I had to take out a loan, I had to take out an extra mortgage, the pain got too much. What is your pain that's going to cause you to change? I can't motivate you to change. You have to inspire yourself to do that. JR would say what? Not motivation, but what? Irritation. There's a reason for that. So how do we actually grow? We have to make the decision to do so. You have to make the decision. You can coach me all you want, but until Brett Portelli is ready to make a difference, I won't change. Your mentor can tell you all the things. I've done this. I'm sure someone else, if you're being honest, has done this before. You go up to your mentor and say, hey, I want to grow, Penny. How do I grow? And then I write it down. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. 5 days later, I'm doing the exact same thing I was doing before, and I didn't actually change my habit. So you have to make the decision to grow. Commit to becoming coachable. Coachability is the ability to receive information and then actually apply it. Teachability. Be okay with looking silly. Like Drayton talked about, I'm too cool. I had that for a while. Not in the way of flashiness, but it was just like I don't know how to explain it. I was embarrassed of other people's opinions for some reason. Even though I didn't really care, but I cared. It was something I was always conflicted with until pretty recently. And go from the head to the heart. And what this actually means is, has anyone heard that before? Go from the head to the heart? Yeah. What that actually means, guys, is not like, oh, I care about every little thing. That's important. Trust me, empathy is really important. But what it really means is you take on
like when you're a parent, you take on the responsibility of making sure you give the best possible resources to the child so the child can become the best version of themselves. In the business, when it gets into your heart, you give your team the best version of yourself, the best resources, the best energy, the best version, so then they can become the best of themselves as well. That's what it really means. It means that you're emotionally invested into people's growth and creating the right environment for it. This environment of positivity doesn't just happen. It's intentional. That's why we have to be very thankful for what Don put on this entire weekend and everyone else, because they put this together for us so we can be here. And then we grow into the team stage, right? For your notes, the team is the most important thing. Sometimes we get it twisted as we start making money and we say, oh, I created a team. And it's like, in part, but you take away the team, who is the person? You have to be humble. This is what I'm getting at. Like, you never get bigger than the actual paycheck, right? Care about the mission and continue to grow. So how do we contribute? So here's the deal for you. It's like, okay, some of you are sitting here and saying, I want to hit UFO for the first time. Awesome. Some of you may say, I've already hit UFO 20 times in a row, like Mark and Calvin were talking about before. That's awesome. And there's people in between. How many are you going to help cross that line as well? Right? That's the thing. You want to write down for your goal. Commit to the long game. Guys, I'm going to be very transparent. Like, sponsoring, recruiting, like that wasn't really that hard in the beginning because I never thought about, like, after my first 6 months, it was kind of just like, we're just going to finish this. I never thought about, let me give it, the first year I was like, okay, I'll wait until Christmas, I'll wait until my 1 year mark and evaluate it. But once I crossed over that and was like, I'm not going anywhere, I'm going to plant my flag, and like that's when everything started coming in. I didn't have a secret script, I didn't say anything, but I felt confident that I could say, look, I'm not going anywhere. Attach yourself to the hip, we're going to make this happen. I'm following Dre. I'm following Tom. I'm following Amber. And it's like, if you're on that seat, like you have to get to the point where it's like, okay, I know I'm going to be here for the long run. It's a lot easier. So are we ready to grow here? You ready to grow? Right? This is more of this conversation, right? So I'm not here to go crazy. So 3 options of leadership. Here are the 3 options. It happens on accident, meaning like you kind of just it just stumbled upon it. Acquisition, meaning that you grew from momentum, meaning that you came onto someone's team that was already moving and it just happened, right? And then leadership by design, meaning you're hungry and coachable, right? Wherever you are, it's okay. But you want to get to the point where you're hungry and coachable. Always a student. So for those that want to know about leadership, I don't have enough time to go through this entire training, but this is really important for UFO because this is basically what we do from the leadership side. Leadership's a verb. It's not a label. That's why I love UFO, because what happens every quarter? Does it carry over? No, it's a stamp. Watch us off. You have to do it again and again and again and again and again. As soon as we stop personally producing, we're no longer leaders, we become managers. It might be a little tough, but it's true. Right? It's a verb. So leadership is 5 things. First one is independence, meaning that you don't need someone to help you with every little thing. I'm not saying lone wolf. I'm not saying just go out there and do whatever the heck you want. Work as a unit, but you don't need someone every single day calling you saying, hey, did you do your books and audios and reach outs and making sure that you're on top of things? And are you committed beyond yourself? Number 2 is a problem solver. Rate yourself on your effectiveness. How often, or how available, I guess you can say, are your problem-solving skills? My problem-solving skills when I first started was this. I identify a problem, and I would text Scotty and be like, just so you know, this is going on. Send. Sometimes I wouldn't even send that. On my phone. I would take a screenshot and be like, no words, no context, be like, fix it. Some of you are laughing because you do it. That's not problem-solving skills. Problem-solving skills would be, hey, here's what's going on. Here are the 3 things that I'm thinking about on how to resolve it. That's stage 1. And then eventually gets to Gretchen doesn't even know about the problem because it was already taken care of. Right? You want to get to the point, and I challenge everyone in here to say, problem, stop with me. I don't even want my partners to know about it. I took care of it. It's done. Okay? So the next thing is this. 3, leaders are consistent. Apparently, I said this at a coin the other day, and now everyone's saying it, but I said consistency is sexy. And it stuck. And I think it's true. I think one of the most attractive qualities is someone that can show up day in and day out, regardless of how they feel, and get the job done. Just being transparent. You want to become a really great leader? Be a rock. Right? So this builds respect, security in the team, and when things get tough, leaders lean in and they don't pull away. Big vision for the team and the company. Right? What is your vision? My vision was when I first started, I want to hit coordinator. It's no longer that. Now it's how many people can we help achieve coordinator? How many people can we help bring to icon? All these kind of things. But what is your vision? Write it down if you don't have it already. You don't have enough time to do it all right now, but just make a note. Say, I need to have clarity on this. Clarity will breed confidence. Right? If you ever feel emotionally stuck in the business, it's usually because you cannot articulate exactly where you want to be and it's not clear. You get stuck. And then leaders create action. How do you know if someone's a leader? Like, truthfully, it's like when they walk into the room, like, things get done. Do you know anybody like that? Like, when they walk in, meetings start showing up, like, people get excited, like, people want to get started, products get moved, like, these things get happening. It's like you want to become that person that can actually walk into a room and create that. So we're going to hyper-focus on these habits, right? Real quick, first habit. First habit here. Believe in yourself. Have you heard this one before? Revolutionary, right? But it's important. Right now, let's do this. We have a couple minutes. List out 2 or 3 accomplishments that make you the most proud of what you've personally done. 2 or 3. Whether it's you're a parent, you graduated, I don't know, you achieved something, you got an award, you got a promotion. You have to draw from your past experiences because human beings are very good at focusing on where they lack. But if you draw from your past experiences and accomplishments, you can say, okay, well, I was a successful person here. Therefore, I know and have the principles because success principles are universal. I can apply them here. Having positive self-talk. Guys, there's enough enemies in the world, okay? You don't need to be the next one in your life. You need to be your best friend. Like, seriously. Like, how do you talk to yourself? Like, are you like, I'm not even talking how I used to talk, like, to fire myself up, but it was bad. Because it's like the sport, you get hyped up and stuff. But now it's a lot more positive. It's a lot more focused on what needs to actually get done. And it's okay because it's going to be up to me. I'm going to get it done. Second habit is setting goals. What's your target? If you want to hit UFO, guys, like I said, 1,500 BV, 300 IBV. Comes out to 125 BV a week. You can do that in one console. We've learned several around cosmetics, skincare, Core 3. You can easily do that. But you need to know the number. You create a names list and go to work. Have a detailed plan and have a plan weeked out or mapped out. And then have a deadline. Ask yourself this, your current goals, do you have a specific date for when it's getting done? If you have an income threshold and it doesn't end on a Friday, it's not a goal. It has to be on a Friday. You get paid. You need to know. Right? Third habit, go the extra mile for yourself. Doing more than what is expected. Do you know anybody like that you work with, or maybe it's yourself, that you're proud of that goes the extra mile? This business is a leadership development business wrapped around incredible products. Why I'm saying that is when you start, you're going to have to grossly outwork your current income when you start. But eventually it flips. So when we say, this doesn't really make a lot of sense to me now, because it's like, okay, going the extra mile, it's like, if you want something, you have to earn it. It's not just going to be given to you. So you have to do things that most people aren't willing to do. I remember Amber used to talk about, Amber Yang, he used to say this all the time. She's just like, I would just do it because it needed to get done. I didn't think about anything crazy. I would just focus on the next meeting, next meeting, next meeting, and I just continued to do the little things, and they started to add up. It's for the team. If it's for the team, I'll take care of it. Tom was the same way. Like, it's just like I learned these little things. It was always the extra thing, never asking for anything in return. You know, when I first started, Uncle Tom Tom Lynn was a professional coordinator, now a director. But he was doing things at professional that directors would be paid for. And I just caught up. You always go the extra mile. Personal development. How many times have you heard that this weekend? Read books, 10, 15 minutes a day, pages, 10, 15 pages a day. This is so important. So important. UFO is a decision, guys. It's honestly a belief. Like, when you understand our compensation plan, you understand what we actually have, when you understand our products, when you understand the environment that you're bringing people into, it's really not that difficult to introduce one person a quarter. I find that hard to believe that you're actually trying and can't do that. Like, we're up here. We have to figure out what's going on, so we have to brainwash that for our success. Ask empowering questions and understand self-improvement. And the last thing is gratitude. I said this on a live this week, but I want to say this to everyone in here. When you're building your business, if you're anything like me, you kind of get very laser focused and you become like a horse with blinders on. You guys know what I'm talking about? Right? That's good. It's very good. The negative is I didn't have a weekly cadence set up for like my parents and like personal relationships like my sisters that I wish I did. What I'm saying is when you're really focused, you can block a lot of things out. It's really important to focus on the gratitude and the little things that you have in life that you take for granted. You may not be where you want in the business, but don't take the little things for granted. What I mean by that is, you may think you have a loved one in your life, like my parents, for example. They're about 70. Maybe they have 20 years left. But do I actually have 20 years left with them? Or is it how many times I actually get to visit them each month? So let's say once a month I see them. So in reality, I have about 100 visits left. Maybe less. So you think about it that way, and you look at that 15-minute block a lot differently. You look at that 15-minute conversation a lot differently. You look at your health a little bit differently. You look at the little workout differently. We did meeting before the meeting on the beach this morning, and it's like the fact that we can be here with clean air, with clean water, with the sun. Those things matter. Gratitude, practice it. It does ground you, and it's a lot easier to build your business. So where do we go from here? Just helping, by the way. So I'm just talking how I talk to myself. So it's like, before leaving today, though, it's like you should not, it says 60 days. I think we have 83 days if I wasn't a math major, right? But it's 83 days icon, right? Before you leave here, and it's like, you're like, this event's not even over yet. Look, we build from event to event to event. If you want to know how to really build your business, it's literally like someone said up here, get your season tickets for Market America. You have to build to event to event to event. So what is that actual target? Ours is 300 as Philadelphia. What's yours? It's not a competition. Just whatever it is, get it. Make a commitment to follow through. You can have your goal, like setting a goal. Like, anyone ever have goals and it's like, man, I've been staring at that same goal for like 5 years. I've been losing the same 10 pounds like 30 times. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like, I'm still practicing for my before and after, right? Okay. So it's just like, no, it's just like, get your accountability. Guys, here's the secret. If you don't have a mentor, get one. And I don't mean mentor as someone that hypes you up. Mentor is someone that says, hey, here's what you said, here's where you need to be, here are the adjustments that we need to make. You may not like it, and that's okay. Because a mentor is there to help you get from point A to point B. It's accountability. And you have to be okay with getting called out once in a while. I struggled with this, but it's important. And allow yourself to go all in. There's all different types of leadership. My style, I used to, is calm. I ground myself in that. But I don't say this arrogantly. It's like, I show up every day. I'm not gonna like scream and yell like every day. And I mean every day, it's every day. I joke, it's like, if I don't pick up my phone, if I don't get back to you within 12 hours, something happened to me. And it's just because you're all in on what it is. It's the vision. It's like, dude, like things come up. Like, we're not getting younger. Like, there's things that you have to do. So, yeah, Greensboro's coming up in 83 days. Yeah, we talked about 5 habits. Yeah, we talked about UFO. Yeah, we talked about things that you have to do. But here's the deal that I have to say to everybody is that it's later than you think. You don't know, like I said before, but oftentimes we change when the doctor says we have to, when the creditors start calling, when something happens at home, there's a separation at home. Like, I hate to say all those negative things, but it's the reality of how humans work. But it's like, you need to plan this business before you need it. You need to. And for those that don't know my personal story, there's many accounts that I can go through where almost losing parents, loved ones, recently with my younger sister, emergency surgery, almost paralyzed, like things that pop up. But because of our business and because of the environment, because of the things that we have, it's like we're able to be there every step of the way. Don't need to call out, don't need to call another human being. I don't need to check the dates. The dates, Market America is in my calendar before the year starts. Everything gets revolved around that. Like, I'm telling you. Revolved around that. I didn't have a lot of time to share my story. My first 5 years in the business, I never took a vacation. All 2 weeks of my job was put towards MA. I never missed an event. Ever. Ever. It's not for me, but I'm telling you guys this for a reason. I'm telling you guys this for a reason. And you're somebody like, I'm not willing to do that. I have family vacation. I have to hit the beach. Guys, my family traveled. They went to different countries. They did all this kind of stuff. I missed everything. But here's the deal. That 5 years gave me 8 years of never having to work for another boss. Right? My point is, like, you deserve so much more than what we're settling for.
Amen. Amen.
Everyone here is settling for the income that they're at, whether we want to admit it or not. Because we're in our comfort zone at some degree. But my challenge is to you is that if you took anything away from what I've told you, is like, get away from I'm too cool, get away from wherever you are, and focus on the next 83 days and go all in. You won't know everything planned out. You won't know the seed that you plant, how it's going to turn out. The message that Donna sent to Danielle. There's no way to tell. But you can control the controllables by showing up and doing the work every single day. You want to be a UFO? A UFO is something that you wear between the ears before it ever shows up on a pin. Okay? Invest into yourself, invest into our team, and let's just make this the incredible 2024. And like Don said this morning, we're sitting on something very special.
Yes.
The last 24 months have been explosive, and it's only going to come faster because there's an opportunity and a need matching each other. We have the potential to revolutionize not just us, but the company in general. Let's get after it. I'll see you guys in the class.
Chuck Portelli, ladies and gentlemen, just a big round of applause, phenomenal. You know, I heard it once said that a coach's job is to get you to do the things you don't want to do so you can become the thing you want to become. Right now, I want to become a guy with an ice cream cone. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh man, how good would ice cream taste right now? I'll tell you, awesome. I bet you I could get a fans only page of me eating ice cream to make them money. Are you a VIP? Do you have a VIP patch? Stand up if you have a VIP patch. Stand up, VIPs. Let's get this ice cream out to our VIPs. Only for VIPs. Don't take it if you're not a VIP. Oh, you're not getting this one. They're bringing them out. They're bringing coolers out with ice cream for our VIPs. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so tasty. Oh, ooh, I got a shiver. You know,